Brothaz.
For the culture.
For the culture. Episode number question mark. Cause
we're going to have to figure this out one day.
Yeah, at some point, we're going to have to pick back up.
But you know what? We're going to have to get our production to make sure we get them all out there to figure it out. I think that's why we lost track.
Got some stuff
all right, we're not going to pile up on Jordan. We know we're going to leave him alone. But
we are. This is Death Day 2022 over at Brew Detroit, one of our favorite spots.
Death 3.
3 years running. This is an annual thing for the Brewz Brothaz. We always cover this release.
Look at that, man. They gave us about a 1 out of 300.
They gave us about a 1 out of 300. That's
only Brewz Brothaz could get 1 out of 300.
And I will say, folks are sleeping on this beer, which is fine with me because that means I can hoard some. Hey, this beer has been phenomenal from day one. Depth 1 is drinking amazingly right now, as is Depth 2. I'm anxious to get into this Depth 3. But before we do that, we'll do our usual and go around the table with our introductions. We got some special guests. We're missing a couple of the usual suspects, but they're here in spirit with us. So we're going to move to my right.
To your left. Let's start with...
You want to start to my left?
Yeah, I want to start with to your left.
What's going on, family? Brewz Brothaz, Trey, producer, artist, enthusiast of beer.
Okay.
All right.
Favorite style?
Brown ale. We drinking brown ale, Portman, whatever in front of me.
Okay.
Whatever's
in front of me.
I
like that style.
Yeah.
Hey, afternoon, everybody. James Ellison here with the Black Hop. Favorite beer style is whatever I'm drinking that day.
All right.
Dorian with Black Hop. I always go for a good, clean, crisp stout or porter.
Okay.
So I'm in between.
So a stout or a watery stout.
Or water. Okay.
Yeah.
He just wants it brown, man. And, if it's brown, I'm good.
Greg with Draft Horse Brewery out in New Hudson. And, I'd say for my favorite style, I love to mix it up, man. I like the classics, but my jam is just bourbon barrel-aged, dark, thick oil stouts.
How about sours? Like Harry enjoys sours. How about you?
I do love some sours.
Hey,
I do love some sours.
Hey, Wayne is telling you a full-ass lie.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're a big fan of Casey's, like the funky wild sours. That's your favorite?
Man,
he loves them the best. The more vinegary, the better.
You and my man Don would get along real well.
No,
Don loves sours.
Like those.
No, he's like you. He's not a fan.
And happy Wednesday, everybody, because every day is Wednesday, even if it's not Wednesday. Oh, I'm sorry. I got it backwards. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got it mixed up, man. Greg got me all confused when he's talking about Wednesday earlier. And we know it's Wednesday's Eve. So it's all good.
Is this Jeff?
It is.
From Loaded Dice?
Yeah.
Who I've been trying to encounter. We've been in the same spaces and haven't bumped into each other formally. So we... Yeah, I know, right? How did he jump the line from you? That's all right. You gonna be here for a minute?
Okay.
All right, we'll squeeze you in.
It's a looks thing.
Right. Hey, Greg's got his makeup on. I don't know if you this morning.
He's got time to go adjust it, man.
I think we both got a face for radio, you know.
Wayne, you gonna talk about how sours are your favorite style?
Oh, there you go, man. See, I do enjoy a nice tart beer at times.
Tart Wayne.
And not the funky stuff. You know, the funky stuff I just can't get into. But a good tart one. It's funny how I started liking.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of fun.
No. I don't. Not maybe a touch of funk, but not a lot.
Just a touch, okay.
Just a touch, you know, like the old song.
I can respect that.
Was that Slave? Just a touch.
Yeah,
the touch of love. A little bit.
There you go, then.
So we can do just a little bit. But hey, I'm looking forward to today's show, and I'm looking forward to this game. You gonna talk about this game we're gonna play?
Yeah, man.
While we're doing this here, and we also gonna crack this. We got another picture to go through. Then we get into this death.
Yeah.
And I guess are we gonna try to wait on Kevin before we get into the death, or we gonna crack before he comes? Or
we'll wait for Kevin. We got plenty of stuff on the table to hold us over, but don't wait too long, man.
Is Christian pulling up, or he just observing the day? Okay. All right.
All right.
So, tell us about this game here.
So first, I'm gonna introduce myself
Yeah,
here,
yeah, okay.
Weaver. I like my beers thick and dark, like my wife. So I'm a stout
Is that the
fan.
gin barrel?
Okay, yeah, we're all going to
See? Yeah. I'm a stout guy, but I
Wait a minute.
also
You
enjoy
wanna try the
classic
gin
style.
barrel?
I'll try the gin barrel.
This gin barrel sour. Let's see.
I know, right?
How y'all slide us sour in real
But
fast?
I do enjoy classic styles. I like lagers and pilsners.
We got some more
I had a
coming.
really good dark lager last night, midnight lager from Green Cheek.
Okay.
It was really,
Okay.
really well
I saw
done.
that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's got this deep color, like almost like a Schwartz beer,
Was that a Midnight Kolsch?
midnight Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Schwartz beer. I don't like the smoke. So.
Wait a minute. What's a midnight coach?
Well, I'm on to tell
He's
you.
right.
So
Okay.
they roast the malts. So,
Okay.
but it's not smoky like a Schwartz beer. I don't like smoky lagers. I don't like Schwartz beers. But this,
What's the appearance?
it looked like a porter.
Yeah.
Is it
I
a
was gonna
light
say,
roast?
yeah.
Is
Here
it
it
a light
is,
roast?
right here.
It's a very
it looked like that.
it
Okay.
looked just like this.
You know why I asked that because you confused Dorian with that.
Oh,
You know,
There's some commotion in the back. I don't know what's happening. I'm assuming we're watching the Michigan game.
Yeah.
But this is what that pours like.
oh wow,
Yeah.
that is like a watery stout.
Yeah, it is like a water in appearance.
Okay.
But the flavor
Okay.
was so dope.
Okay.
And even with that roasted malt, it maintained its crispness. It's really well done. I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, and Green Cheek
Green
always
Cheek
does a
is
great
doing good work.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have been that surprised. So yeah, but we can get into today's activities. Before we start with this game, I definitely want to talk to our guests. So we got Greg here from Drought Horse.
Draft.
I'm sorry, Draft.
No,
Horse.
that's okay because that's what happens.
That's what happened.
That's what
right?
happened. Yeah. So it's a style of horse.
Right. So,
Yeah.
So we're here with Greg from Draft Horse, and also from #WaxOff.
Yes, sir.
We've been talking.
We got some
about
glasses coming out, don't we?
Yeah.
We got some glassware.
We got some glassware here.
collaborations that
Yeah.
we did.
Okay,
That are
okay.
about to pop off. We've been talking for a long time about getting together, and it took Black Hop to finally bring us together and be here today. And Greg, hey, I appreciate your patience with our process, man.
Yeah.
The pandemic doesn't really lend to our platform, so we
At
weren't
all.
really able to schedule the way we were prior to. But we're glad you're here today, man. So talk a little bit about what you're doing over at Draft Horse, man.
Yeah. So how I got there first, I started out with going through the brewing and distillation program because I wanted to own my own brewery, and then figured it'd probably be a good idea to get into a brewery and actually do the physical work.
Are we going to talk about this brewery in your basement, though?
Oh my gosh!
Got a
They say
full-
that. Yeah.
full
Yeah, I'm not
setup.
talking
Yeah.
about I'm not talking about a refrigerator, and I'm
Yeah.
not talking about a home brew
No.
shit.
No.
I'm talking. Well, I'll let you do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just,
So as part of the #WaxOff program, another Love for Beer program, I decided to kind of chop up my basement floor and put in some trench drains and a slop sink drain and put in a
Serious.
commercial
Serious.
brewery in a home.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sweet. I can brew about a half barrel down there.
Okay.
Which is pretty big for a home brew
For a
system.
home brew, yeah.
And it's all in the basement, electric system. So it's a lot of fun.
Are you married?
I was going to
Yep.
say, you
Yeah.
have a very, understanding wife.
You asked the right question, right? Right. Shit. Yeah. No, my wife is amazing, man. Her and my son have just been champions for me. They are.
How old is your son?
He's 4.
Okay.
He's 4. But he's always talking about drinking daddy's beer. I'm like, you can't have that. We'll talk about it soon.
I'll run into that a little bit.
Yeah. He's like,
Man,
I
I
want
got
daddy's
sons that
beer.
drink
I'm
my
like,
beer
no,
too,
I got.
so I get it.
Yeah. I'm like, I got juice for I got juice.
My daughter actually asked me if when she turns 21 she can have her first drink with me. And I
Yeah.
said, you absolutely can.
Absolutely, you must.
Okay.
You
I
must.
got a ways to go.
Yeah.
She'll be 10 next year in March.
You got a little ways to go.
You got a little
Absolutely,
less than me, so you got
Yeah, right,
you're getting
right,
close. But yeah, so that's up and running, and we've brewed a few beers down there. Actually, did a couple of beers with some of my Schoolcraft classmates, so that was fun.
Okay.
And the beers turned out pretty decent.
Okay.
So then, at about 2 weeks before I graduated, I threw out applications to 40 different places,
Yeah.
42 to be exact,
Okay.
including distilleries, breweries, anything.
Yeah.
And I got contacted by a lot of different people from a lot of different places telling me that they didn't have any spots available. Yeah. But I did get contacted by 12 that said they did, so I set up interviews. And actually, my first interview, the last interview I scheduled and the first one I had was with Draft Horse.
Okay.
Brad was like, yeah, just come over tomorrow and we'll talk about it. He's the owner over there.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing guy. And him and I just hit it off, man. He very similar beliefs. We go to the same church, different cities. Just great
connection.
Yeah, very good man. And so I knew instantly that that's where I was supposed to be.
Okay.
So I contacted the other 11 interviews I had set up and professionally just told them, like, I don't want to waste your time.
Yep,
I have other candidates I can push your way, and so I did. So one of my buddies is working over at Gas Distillery now, which was one of the interviews I had
Motor
set up.
City
So
Gas. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, it was the process for finding stuff. If you're into the industry and you want to get into the industry, whatever it is, there's opportunities.
Yeah.
That just shows you. But yeah, Brad and I have been doing some really fun stuff. I got used to his system. We've been brewing a lot of my recipes over there and kind of adjusting some of the ones that they had already.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of projects over there, so it's been an entertaining process.
Okay.
So 2 weeks in, broke my leg.
I remember that.
Yeah.
How you feeling now? You good to go?
It's about 65%.
Okay.
So I hobble around on the ice rink a little bit, but
you're still out there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So how'd you hook up with Black Hop?
So Brad was actually working with Black Hop before I got there, and one of the things he had mentioned was that he was working with them and that they were looking at a spot out in Berkeley. And one of the things I told him, in my resume, I kind of told people what I could do a little bit, but didn't want to give everything away because I wanted them to hire me for my beer experience and not my construction experience. So after he found out that I had some design work in my background,
sour's coming around for everybody.
Yeah, he asked me to help with the design of the place that they were looking at buying.
Okay.
So I kind of built out a design for them. You already have one, right? And it worked. Just after that, we kind of talked back and forth through email a bunch of times, and then it turned into us meeting in person and hitting it off. And yeah, I just love these guys, man. They're
while
awesome.
These beers are coming around, man, I can't front. I'm fucking with this.
Yeah?
Good.
Yeah? Oh, with a sour? With a sour?
It's good.
Snap.
It's good. I know.
I told you it was a sour.
They turned you.
They turned
a little bit at a time, baby.
Sour in existence tasted like this.
Yeah.
And was aged in a gin barrel. I would be just fine with it.
Yeah. Gin barrels and
with a
sours.
little bit of funk on the end, though.
Yeah.
And hella, it's really dry.
Yeah.
Right?
Just a touch.
It's good. It's good. I like that.
I told y'all he likes
What's the name of
sours.
this?
It's called Sour Harry.
Sour Harry.
Hey, man, we ring the bell for that.
Yeah.
So now that you're at Draft Horse, what kind of things you got on the brew schedule, man? What are your days look like?
We got a lot of fantastic things going on there. So we've started a new series there called Cereal versus Candy. Yeah. So
you got a little piece of that here today.
We do. So and we'll get to that. So the first one we did was Honey Nut Cheerios New England IPA called Good Goes Around.
Okay.
And that one turned out really good. It's on tap right now. Actually, I think we still got 2 kegs.
Do you think
of it
there's a
left.
way we can get some glasses up here to try this that we're talking about?
Some more of these cups.
Yeah.
So some more. Some of those cups.
So
you got a showrunner, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you got. Oh, good look.
So the
You
good
confirmed out your job, huh?
So Good Goes Around was brewed with Honey Nut Cheerios and 21 pounds of honey. Local honey. Yeah, local honey from down the street from us.
Okay.
And it turned out great. It's a real fun New England, 9.2%. So, but it tastes like candy, so you can't really taste that.
Yeah.
Local honey. So Ken Stram isn't knocking down trying to take all the honey. Should I say to Michigan?
Literally 5 minutes. 5 minutes down the road from us, so it couldn't.
I'm gonna have to get with it, man. I have slowly drifted away from the New England. With this, the advent now, or the resurgence, I should say, of a good West Coast IPA. A lot of times I'll hashtag clear beer. I remember there was when these New Englands first became popular, I was saying on a different beer group, that eventually everything is going to come full circle. So at that point, everybody was trying to see whose beer could be the cloudiest, right?
Yep.
And I was like, in a minute, it's going to go full circle, and we're going to see who can make the clearest beer. And that's where we are now, right? With the lagers.
It's actually cloudy and juicy. They're going
See, but the great thing about a clear beer, there's nothing to hide behind.
Nothing to hide behind.
There's nothing to hide behind. It's just, how perfect is that beer?
If it's bad, you're going to know
it's
on the
bad.
first sip. And if it's good, you're going to know on the first sip.
Can't add anything and adjunct to make it all right.
It's funny that you bring that up. So,
what do you look for in a West Coast IPA?
So I look for it being true to the hop bill. If it's supposed to be juicy, that's what I look for. If it's supposed to be piney, like I like a nice piney West Coast IPA.
It's got a kind of piney taste.
Ding ding, where's that bell? You like a little bit dank?
Yeah, I like the dank. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the classic West Coast style. But what I appreciate now is that they're incorporating all these different hops into that West Coast style, and so kind of bring some of the character from the hazies, but into the West Coast piece. So you know what I'm saying? I've been enjoying that. A lot of the West Coast breweries, Monkish and Green Cheek, have really been kind of cutting edge with that. They do a hell of a job here with Pander Bear. And like I said, so I've gotten away from the hazies just a little bit.
So you're looking for a West Coast IPA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did just get a fresh.
I may know somebody that's making one.
Fresh shipment of Monkish that
He's
might
still
have
gonna drink them,
Yeah, you might know somebody who's got a West Coast.
Yeah.
We need to talk.
Know somebody.
Let's
do that.
So we have a beer coming up that's a good transition. We'll come back to the cereal series. We have a beer coming up with Black Hop. We're going to be at Fall Beer Fest with.
Okay.
And that's the
22nd. Yeah, at Eastern Market.
Yep. Next Saturday.
Did y'all bring it?
We're bringing it.
It's not. You
didn't bring it.
Nope. It's not cold.
No,
crashed.
we didn't bring it.
It'll be ready on the 22nd.
It'll be ready.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Teasers, huh?
Right.
I'm just saying.
You know. So
Greg's putting on his makeup and teasing us. You know.
I had definitely. Come on, we definitely love to meet everybody. You know, like you said.
Yeah.
James and I did a collab with Draft Horse. Yeah, to the Beer Fest. It'll be our first time actually doing one of these events, which has been great for us.
Yeah.
West Coast style.
We'll be bringing that West Coast style IPA.
Okay.
A
but
good thing
everything
for us.
you were talking about.
Yeah.
So I had a chance because I was at the brewery today. So sneak preview. It has a lot of the New England style flavors coming through on the nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it has that nice bitter tree sap, pine, flavor coming through.
Yep.
So Providence IPA collaboration with Black Hop is going to be everything you were talking about.
Hey, now speaking of festivals, though, how do you decide what festival to go to, and what do you look for in a festival?
Right? Yeah.
What makes it a festival that you want to be a part of?
So these guys are new to the festival.
Yeah, I'm about to say, go ahead. I'm about to tell you my part of it.
Yeah. As far as the festival is concerned, with Draft Horse, it's the biggest thing for us is to make sure we get beer in front of people that have an opportunity to come see us.
Okay.
Because as a small brewery, your goal is to expand your followers, right? The people who will seek your beer out. We just got our distribution rights back, so now I am the distributor as well.
Okay.
So part of that is kind of expanding out to where we're going to get to different places, but for right now it's more about local, right? Like what can we do locally to let people know we're here?
Yeah.
We have
starts at home, right?
Yeah, we have beer that's like different than the neighbors, right? Not better, because all beer is great as long as it's not soured.
That's a stretch.
As long as it's not soured, right?
Yeah, it ain't great. But I feel you being diplomatic in the industry. I feel that.
There's a lot of
community.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of great opportunities out there, and there's a lot of great places to drink beer at, but we think we do a good job of it. So, but our idea with finding the best festivals is to find places that are local. So like we went to one in Milford. We're going to be at Eastern Market and on the 22nd this coming Saturday.
So hypothetically speaking, if Brewz Brothaz were to decide to have
hands
a festival,
down, we're there.
If we had something in the works,
We're down.
where we were looking
We're
to
down.
do a festival, maybe
We are there. We are there. Not only are we there, but we're going to do a beer with you to make sure it happens.
Hey,
now that's
all
that
right.
is bellworthy.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, 100%. I see a three-way collab.
I see we
sitting
all
right
do
there.
one, definitely.
Yeah.
I love to.
Get a piece.
Yeah.
So for us, how we look at a festival is we want to hit all of them.
Okay.
Right?
Get as much exposure
to get as
as
much
possible.
exposure as possible, right? Because, like we discussed, the idea when you think of the brewery or brewer is always one way, but we try to have a positive and a unique face to this brewing industry. It's a lot of minorities and women that are moving into this industry, right? It's such a good movement in this time of life right now. So for us, everyone, so you can see that familiar face. You know, when you see them, you get a chance to see the smiles on those people's face, or that the thought of what they taste in the background, that funk, the little bit of funk on the end, you know, on that sour. So for us, every festival is the best festival to be at, because
It sounds like y'all gonna be making a lot of sours down there, huh?
we're gonna make a sour with you. It'll be the collab sour with Draft Horse.
Barrel, and I'm like,
With some funk in it. Yeah, and that's kind of like what we like to see is just, you know, the uniqueness of that craft, right? The style, the thought of it. Greg here, you know, when we met up with him and the Draft Horse, they pushed heavy on the understanding of the recipe and the style, right? And if you understand the recipe and that style, you understand the creativity when it came into making that style, or what they had to do. If you know the history or the tools they had to utilize to make it.
Man, shout out to.
So even when I go to a brewery, because there's some local spots that don't have beers that knock me off my ass and say this is phenomenal.
Okay.
And I don't go in there with that expectation. I do go in with the expectation that whatever they have is true to style. And there's a lot to be said for that.
Okay.
Hey man, can I shout out Travis from Old Nation?
Oh man.
Okay.
And the reason I want to shout Travis out is because this sounds very eerily similar to a conversation we had with Travis, and he's a purist in his craft.
Yes, he is.
In terms of wanting to make true to form beers,
purist
and
a savant at what he does, man.
It's true. So you guys, that's a compliment to you all to remind me of him with the conversation we were having in. So
while we got a little bit of dead time, I want to pass these cards out. Put one in front of everybody with the face down.
Okay, pass that around. Don't look.
This is a drinking game.
Anybody play drinking games in college?
Called Pull Up.
Okay.
And this game was
anybody want to play Pull Up with us?
Marketed by a black woman-owned company.
Okay.
The sister's name is Elizabeth Renee. So she sent us this as a complimentary piece, just to see how we like it. And I told her we would do it on air, if that was possible. So here we are, we on air.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and take the first one. So the rules are, I'm going to turn my card over and read it. And if this was part of your college experience, you take a drink.
Oh.
Just like that, right?
Okay.
So here we go. Around the room.
Now, wait. Do we have to... When you say college experience, like, sometimes I went to college parties while I wasn't in college.
That's fine.
Okay.
That counts.
Okay. All right.
Give me another card, man. I'm not dancing.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I need something more dangerous.
You throw the waterway, man.
All right, here you go. Sing your song's alma mater or fight song. Hail to the victors.
Valiant hail to the victors.
All right.
I didn't know the rest of the words, so I thought.
I showed him proof.
Big Ten, baby. Big Ten.
Who's next?
Are we just going around?
Yeah, going around.
Oh, okay.
No, you got to do what's on this card. Everybody got to do what's on the card.
The card. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. And whoever messes up, pull up.
Whoever messes up, pull up and take a drink.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Just pour it.
No fair state fights.
I don't know.
Pour that man a drink.
So is it okay that I sang Michigan's even though I didn't go there?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
okay.
fine.
All right.
As a matter of fact, hey, I want to make sure we got this man on wax singing the Michigan fight song. Let's go.
Big Ten, baby. Big Ten. Hey, Ohio State's not playing today, so I'm a Michigan fan, so cheers to that.
I'll take it, man.
Let's go. Let's go.
Like he should have told me that. I would have said UM. My brother went to UM, but I don't know.
It's too late, man. Drink up. Pull up, man. Drink up.
I know you know the fam. You, alma mater.
Come on, man.
I know how y'all rattlers are, man.
Come on. We get on, man. Well, let's go. It's around.
I'm Schoolcraft College. I really don't even know if we have
Take a drink, man. Take a drink. Your man's already got to it. He like, go on and skip me, dog. I'm gonna go ahead and
No.
You said you're gonna do Hail to the Victors.
No, I sang it already with you.
No, you didn't.
Right.
We didn't hear it.
No.
You get a solo.
Hail to the victor, valiants. Hail to the. All right.
You get one bar.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to drink some brew, man.
You started good.
Wayne is gonna pass. They don't want to share the fam.
Oh, no.
I got some fam coming up because I'm saving fam.
Okay.
Notice I wore fam today very purposefully.
Because I think
Very purposefully.
You had to give it
Very
up.
purposefully.
I figured you was ready.
We got some fam coming up. That's very.
Some fam.
We playing Grambling today.
Oh yeah.
And I got so
okay.
it's 2:00. It's some very important fam stuff going on.
I feel that.
Which I had to pull it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Say the son.
it's just we not.
Say who? Never been there. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's the mention? That's making shit up. Who got the next card?
I never heard that. That's great.
You ever got your fake ID tucking away at the bar or club?
If that was you, take a drink. I never had a fake ID. I've always looked older. I've looked like this since I was like 19. So
I had a fake ID. I didn't never get taken from me. But
You had a fake ID?
It was good. It was good.
I had this guy I went to high school with that had one.
In high school,
he looked like me.
It was cat.
He looked like me, and I was in high school, and so I was like, "Can I take that from you?" Yeah.
Worked out for you.
Yeah. Well, for a while,
I never had a fake ID.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of
My guy had dreads, so.
So you.
Yeah, I just
So wait, you wear a wig?
Okay.
Actually, 30s and 17 here.
Excellent. About to be 31. All right.
Next up with the card.
Let's go, James.
Describe your very first homecoming that you can remember.
Oh. Wait now. Can you actually remember them? That's the key.
College.
It's all based on your college.
I was already having it before I got there, so
That's like you call that the pregame, right? So you got caught up on that you can remember, right?
exactly. That's what helped me up. What I can remember, because I tried to hit them all. That's for sure.
I get it.
How about you, Dorian?
Let me
What's
see.
your, no, we got to do his.
Oh.
Homecoming, right?
Homecoming, yep.
Experience.
Homecoming.
I went to a bunch of homecomings, so I don't really.
Your very first that you
Your first
remember.
one you remember.
I don't remember my first.
Oh,
I don't remember my first.
Let's drink up then.
Are we talking about at the college we went to or a college that we attended? Because I wanted to say.
Oh, okay.
the
Is
very
there any
first
college?
one that I can remember?
A homecoming.
I think I was
homecoming. High
17,
school's fine,
18,
too.
went to Ferris, hanging with the big fellas.
Oh, okay,
you know,
okay. You
swinging
know a
above
little
my
bit
weight
about
a
a Ferris
little bit.
homecoming.
Hey James. While you had to pass Dorian that
Right, pass Dorian.
that picture because
We
he's
said
gonna
that was
be
a
drinking.
technicality. That was a technicality. Right?
Hey,
Y'all
man,
I get
He
a
thought he was
do
gonna slide out of there. You know what I'm saying?
the glass is empty. There's 50 cards in and your game is dope.
He thought he was gonna slide out. You see that move, man? So you need a gatekeeper in the game to make sure, man. Because
That was supposed to be a slide. I'm new, right?
Nah, brother. We met a long time ago.
Yeah.
You ain't. It's just your first time here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate being here.
Hey, man, we
I appreciate being here. Thank you.
Greg,
Okay,
what's your first homecoming experience that you remember?
So mine are super easy. Dearborn homecoming, always happening, always fun. That's where I grew up, and fireworks and all that. And I took my friend's girlfriend to the dance because
Wait.
That's awkward.
You took your friend's girlfriend.
That's awkward.
To the dance.
it was the makeup,
never
man.
forget it.
Was it just to the dance?
No, never forget it. So it sounds real bad. You're all of a sudden everybody's like, I don't know if I like this Greg guy anymore.
Shout out to Steve's girlfriend.
Bros before hoes. Who's this Greg guy? What's he doing right now?
Didn't you just hear him sing "Hail to the Victors"?
Right. No, so here's the story behind it. So he couldn't go because he was suspended
Okay.
from school at the moment, And so I took her so that she could have someone to go with.
So he needed somebody to keep the blues off his girl.
Yes,
I feel it.
Yes,
I feel it.
So it was more of like a, okay, I got you.
Favor for a
friend.
Yeah. You went in as a nice guy friend.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
Wayne, what's your first homecoming that you remember?
That I remember.
I know you getting up in age, man. At 39, they say your memory is the first thing that goes.
I mean, man, at 39, it's kind of hard to remember that far back. But I don't know if this. I mean, because memories they kind of just meld together.
They do after a while.
But
Yeah.
I think during my first homecoming,
Yeah.
there was like a Mardi Gras themed party.
That sounds like fun.
And
you homecomings go hard.
yeah, so during this Mardi Gras themed party, it was kind of like Mardi Gras / pajama style pajama party.
A recipe for disaster.
And I remember, I remember, because that was out back then.
Yeah,
that was out back then.
he came with a lot. He came up with a lot of beads that night.
No,
He had a lot of beads.
I remember wearing to that. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. But I remember wearing a fresh pair of feelers, my boxers,
What?
and a robe.
Oh.
Hold on.
This the pajama party. This pajama party. This your pajama party. Okay.
Pajama party.
Okay.
You know, so I was like
Yeah.
sexy six back then, and
Was Yancey right next to you in a
throw
smoke
that D was out,
Silk boxers?
silk, man, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Was
Oh yeah.
You had to ask.
Oh no.
was Yancey right
No,
there
it was more of a confirmation, right? Because they didn't know.
Was he right there next to you?
So yeah, man, it was that was the first homecoming event that comes to mind. It was the outfit that took the cake though. Somebody had on the saran wrap, and it was something. It was
Shut it down.
shut it down.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Even back then, they were doing
Even back
that.
then, it was crazy.
All right.
So the
That's
first,
brave.
I'll still drink to that though.
That's brave. Hey,
Right.
I drink to that.
So I have such a. This is my favorite homecoming memory. So one year at Eastern Michigan, Tribe Called Quest performed
Ooh.
for homecoming, and it is one of the most phenomenal shows I've ever been to. They performed right in the field house, and I was like 10 feet from the stage. Other than the Roots, that is the best show I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, to be on a campus that's a PWI, a predominantly white institution, and the buzz around all of the black students on that campus.
Oh, I can imagine, man.
To a Tribe Called Quest coming, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely.
It gets
ridiculous.
everybody hyped.
Yeah, it does, and it's so hype. I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink anyway.
Yes, sir.
Because cheers,
See.
to
Sir,
that.
cheers to that.
Hey, Liz,
Cheers
you got
to that.
something. Liz, you got something
Cheers
on your
to
hands
that.
here with this pull-up game.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Pharisee 98. We have.
Oh, you want a second chance, huh?
Yeah.
He didn't go yet.
He's. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Pharisee 98. We had Marcel Jordan.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is how you do it.
Yeah.
So we had him come up there. That was good. That was a good party, but I actually really liked the picnic later on that year. So we had Outkast and all that.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's dope. That might be right there with my Tribe Called Quest experience.
We had Outkast. We had a whole Delta family come up.
Dope.
Oh man, we used to have Luke on campus like every weekend.
I was getting ready to say, wait, I know Outkast and he was always at FAMU.
So with that being said, that was my Pharisee homecoming meeting. Marcel Jordan, we killed it.
Yeah.
Outcast
dope.
wasn't out yet, man.
Yeah.
We had Luke.
Right, y'all had Luke. Right.
Man, y'all
Hey,
had Luke.
but
Throw that
hey,
D. Throw that D.
that ain't no slouch of a homecoming.
Hey man, there's a brand new dance that's coming your way. You started in Miami by some ghetto DJs.
Dope. So look, I want to like I said, this is dope. Liz, you got something on your hands with this piece. We're gonna continue to play the game throughout, but I want to talk a little bit about Black Hop, man, and just who are y'all? Like, where did the name come from? How did y'all get into beer? Why did y'all get into beer?
So I guess I'll start.
Because with that name, I want to take y'all up to the playgrounds in Detroit and get with some of the old hoopers because that Black Hop could have a different connotation.
Yeah.
So James and I, we started having beers at different events, right? And James would always bring Heinekens, right? So for me, Heineken was the craft beer.
That was me, Heineken and Red Stripe. Yep.
Was the craft beer, right? Yep. And so when James started bringing around,
what year was this? I got it.
2015.
See if I'm gonna call the flag.
2015.
Yeah. Wow, that was still the craft beer.
16.
Hey yo!
Wow!
Shout to Thomas McGee's. Have you ever been to Thomas McGee's?
Sounds familiar.
In Eastern Market. Let me tell you something. Go to Thomas McGee's and get a Heineken, and it'll change your life. On tap.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Only Heineken I can drink.
How much of a craft beer purist I am. Going to Thomas McGee's and getting a Heineken will be the highlight of your beer career.
On draft Heinekens?
On draft.
Okay.
Only at Thomas McGee's.
Only at Thomas McGee's.
I don't think I've ever had a...
No. Only at Thomas McGee's.
Okay.
If you go to any
something
place
about
else...
that pour.
Something about what he does with the line, and there's no other Heineken pour at Thomas McGee's.
Shout out to Eric Olsen, man.
There's no other pour of Heineken like his. Nowhere else in the world.
Yeah.
I can't stand Heineken.
That's the bell for Eric Olsen.
No, literally. I literally distaste Heineken. I don't like it. I can't drink it anymore. In a bottle.
Because of that glass bottle?
It does. I can't drink it.
Okay.
But at Thomas McGee's, I order a Heineken
it's coming
every
fresh.
time.
It's coming fresh.
No sunlight.
It's coming fresh.
And I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Yeah.
No worries.
But part of it is, it's not stored in a metal keg. It's in a plastic bladder. So you don't get that metallic kind of residue. Dog, I'm trying to go there today. You're not far. It's 10 minutes away. Go there today.
Yeah. Not even 10.
Say, yo, let me get a Heineken on draft. And I guarantee you.
So kind of to shoot back, like I said, I don't want to hold you guys up, but we started off as home brewing, right? Like I said, to us, started off with Heineken, went over to Stella, and James and I, we went over.
Let me back up just so were y'all friends prior to?
That's my brother-in-law. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm trying to get the connection.
Yeah, I've known James my whole life. So,
okay.
James and my sister used to date. We used to know each other back all the way from junior high school.
Okay.
So, James been in my life.
You ever had to check in?
Say again?
You ever had to check in?
I look sideways at him because that's my sister, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's still my sister, right? So, like, hey,
James, I had to ask, man.
So it's like, you know how you feel with anybody.
You hold it tight, right?
Like, I gotta look at him a different way, like, you know.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
You know.
But no, a lot of love.
But the fact that you guys are that close.
So James is my brother,
that's
right?
awesome.
Like, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
Like, when you know a person your whole life, that's your brother. Right.
Yeah.
No matter
what,
whatever, James is my brother, and he gave me a lot of wisdom as a big brother, right? Okay. And so now that we're doing this beer thing and started drinking beers and stuff like that, and we noticed that nobody in the beer industry looks like us.
Correct.
Nobody.
Nobody. And so
that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
And so James and I noticed that Schoolcraft offered a program that had their brewing distillation. We went Schoolcraft. Been the best experience ever since. I never looked back.
Hey, shout to Annette, man.
Shout out to Annette.
Yeah,
and Mike.
20-some-odd years.
Tom as well. Tom, Rich, the whole program has been. Aaron, the whole program for that brewing and distillation program has really kind of changed my life and opened my eyes to, again, like I said, a culture that is still all family, but when you think of beer, you think of bearded white man, and to see minorities and women get into an industry and the craft of it, that flavor and the style, like I said, the history, how far beer goes.
Right.
And if you think about it, how beer leads you into other things, it's food, the monks, it's a lot of history when it comes to beer, and to be part of it now in this time in life. James and I have been so excited to see so many people. You guys, right? Like, I saw you guys at Easter Market. It was a win, right? You know, because I saw black men doing their own thing, trying to get into this industry. Uncle Nearest, just different Faye Weaver and them, the different people that are trying in this industry that's been so hard for our people to get into, right? So,
besides being a consumer,
say again.
Besides being a consumer,
a major consumer,
and
right? We're never the manufacturer.
There was a time where we couldn't even be that. So there was a book put out a couple of years ago, and I wrote a review for it for Better on Draft. But it's called Beer and Racism.
Okay.
But one of the things that it talked about was even beer commercials, the way that beer was advertised. It excluded a lot of black families because it would be, yo, you got this individual in a chair who's been at work all day going to get a beer out of his refrigerator. At that time, a refrigerator was something only a certain class of people could afford.
Can afford that.
Right.
And that wasn't black folks. You know what I'm saying? So even in that, there was a time where the experience was exclusionary. And to have come from that to where we are now, to kind of shoving our way into the industry.
Slowly.
Incrementally.
Slowly.
Like I said earlier. Yeah, very slowly. Very slowly. But still pushing that envelope, man, that's hella important.
We're getting a lot of support, right? For us, shout out to Draft Horse, shout out to Michigan Distillery, Motor City Gas.
Yeah.
James and I have received a lot of love, a lot of
Black
support.
Magazine.
We've been on Black Magazine, went to school craft.
Dope.
We've done a couple things where we're trying to make a brand in the name of ourselves.
Yeah.
Young Village and the rest of those Taste of Black Spirits and
shout
those
to Young
guys.
Village.
Shout to Young.
Godwin is really, he's
Godwin's
being
people,
good
hey,
people.
Yum just opened up a second spot too.
Yes, they have.
Next to our friend Ashley Price
That's
and
people.
Metropolitan down. So we gotta, we'll circle back to that piece too.
Yeah, no, definitely. But like I said, to be in this industry, and then we got great people behind us. Brad Gregg out at Draft Horse Brewery out in South Lyon. They saw where there's a need for us both to work together and collabs and things like that. And so, Brad has been open arms with us, right? And so to see people give you that love. I've never been to a brewery where they say, come on in the back, let me show you what I got going on. To be in that industry, so James and I would love to go back and do the same thing. This man's coming in, come on, let me show you my things. Let me, Greg is like,
it's enough to go around.
It's so much to go around. We're
protecting your
just
slice
breaking
of the pie.
the surface, right? And to see the community and the love and the family show you so much love, when they're like, "Come on in here, let me show you." It's a win, right? And it's a lot, and it's been a very positive roller coaster in a sense, right? So
that's what I love about craft beer. Like I have so many friends in the community. And that's what it is. It's inclusive. It's inclusive, and like we include everyone, right? No matter who you are, where you came from, what your background is, we don't care. We just love everyone because that's what we are.
And it's such a small world, and this makes the world that much smaller. Shout out to my man Frank J.E. from our Brewz Brothaz group. So I lost a very good friend and family member last week and had to bury him a couple of days ago.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Thank you. But Frank was at the funeral because they were in the same line of work. And he had posted something on social media a few days before. And I'm like, yo, how did you know my cousin? And the only relationship Frank and I have is via
craft beer.
Beer.
Yeah.
He came to the funeral. He messaged me about how beautiful everything was and asked how he could support all of those sorts of things just based on a beer relationship.
Yep.
And so those are the kinds of things that happen.
That's how we met.
Community. That is, exactly.
We met through a beer that we were trading.
Yep.
And just hit it off, man.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Hey man, Will, Trey, I think we on time now. Are we on time? 45? Are we at 45 now? 43. Okay. On that note, we've been trying this coconut chocolate which let's get back to after the break. But just shout out to Brian M. Starks.
Yes.
Who was a member of Brewz Brothaz.
Craft beer connoisseur.
And we're gonna miss that brother. Good brother.
Yeah.
We lost a great one.
Yes. So
and after that we'll be back after the break.
Yeah.
Salute.
Cheers.
Yo, Brewz Brothaz for the culture. We
for
are
the
back.
Culture.
Yo, this couch getting crowded.
Man, it's getting right crowded. Man, this last half is gonna be something popping, man.
It's gonna be something, man. So I want to do a couple of things. I want to make sure we talk about this Count Chocula porter.
We got to talk about that. That was awesome.
I definitely want to get some more of this up in here.
Right. We got to do that.
Oh, that's not a coaster, brother. Don't set it on there.
No. That's a card. That's a card.
Sorry about that.
That's a card. Ain't that something, man? Look, we bring a new guy in and a young fella in. He's messing up already. This guy over here, man.
Unexpected special guest. So I guess we should jump.
Look, and we got Kevin. And another surprise guest coming too. So brothers on the couch, it might be a little rise and fly, but y'all, y'all play space. Y'all know how rise and fly go, right? You know what I'm saying? Look, you better try to run your Boston while you can.
It is.
Because, it might be, rise and fly. We know the rules.
It's like a run. This is a run at the Mac.
Okay.
If you lose a game, you might sit all day.
Man, tell us about this Count Chocula.
Tell me about.
Count Chocula. That's almost racist, though. I'm sorry.
I feel like I drank it. And
Count Chocula.
Okay.
Bowl of Count Chocula. I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah.
Tell me how you achieved that.
So that beer was really interesting. So it started out as a chocolate porter that was around 6%. It's a recipe I've had for a while. And we decided we wanted to do something fun with it. So we brewed a Count Chocula beer by upgrading the ABV up to about 9% by adding some more grains to it, just to compete with some of that.
So the base version, what's the ABV on that?
6.
Okay.
Yep. So we wanted to
significantly.
We wanted it to be higher because it has to compete with the amount of sweetness that's going in the beer, right? So if you're going to throw marshmallow and chocolate into a beer, you've got to have something to compete with that. So the Count Chocula was absolutely amazing. It was everything we hoped it would be. We put Count Chocula cereal into the mash, held back the marshmallows. We threw it into the kettle. We threw it into the fermenter as a dry hop, and then I actually hand toasted some marshmallows and made a syrup out of them and added it to the bright tank. Oh, nice. So that beer,
I say from the nose, like it smelled like I was smelling a bowl of cereal.
Yeah,
like it was. Porters, man, are typically not my thing. There are a few that I really like. Shout out to Brewery Faison. I love their porter, but typically they're too thin for me. This, man, you
hit it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. We got that response from everybody. So we ended up kegging 4 kegs of it.
Okay.
We did 2 quarter barrels in nitro. We did a regular half barrel in nitro.
Man, they let anybody in this joint, man. Security.
So rude. Hey, man.
Man, we're going to have to talk about Kevin about security, man, because just anybody's allowed to walk up in here unannounced, man.
So we sold out on, we canned 1 keg. We sold out on that almost instantly with single cans.
Yeah.
Mind you. So we had 121 cans. We sold out on those within a matter of 2 days. Yeah. There was a lot of people that were frustrated that they didn't get any, so we ended up taking another keg, canning it. Still had a lot of frustrated folks, so we canned another one. And at that point, we were done. We didn't have any more. So still a lot of people that missed out.
Are you going to do it again?
We will definitely do it again. It'll be a next year thing. And we're hoping to do some fun ones with like the Frankenberries and the Booberries to kind of extend it out a little bit. Right. Have some fun with it. But we will have it on tap twice. So we have a quarter barrel nitro keg that we got to Uptown. That'll be on tap sometime around Halloween. And then we'll have it on tap on Halloween at the brewery. So you can come out if you want to try it on tap and nitro at Draft Horse Brewery. We'll have it on tap on nitro on Halloween.
You sound like a Brewz Brothaz field trip.
Hell yeah, come on out, brother. Yeah.
We're gonna come back to you in a minute because after the break you gave me something that's pretty fucking phenomenal too. But I want to put this brother on.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you introduce yourself and talk to us about what you're doing.
Yeah, so my name is Kevon Hunt. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. A friend of Mr. Phillips' son, William, and
this one, man.
Gotta keep it respectable. Mr. Phillips and J.
Wednesday.
Yeah, so alumni of Bowling Green State University.
Okay.
Graduated in 2020.
Okay.
So in 2019, I launched a business called PlaceMart. So what Play Smart is an interactive mobile app that gamifies the student experience. Just to give you an example, so if you were to go to class and you were to like get an A on the exam or get a B or whatever the case was, you would get amount of points. Those points could be redeemed in the store for something like. Thank you so much, man.
Pass around and relax for a minute. Don't sip yet.
Keep going.
Keep going. No, don't get. Yeah, you on a beer podcast, man. You got to multitask.
So pretty much the points that you earn in class, whether it's through like grades or community service or even athletic things that you do, whether it's on a sports team or chess club, whatever, you get points. Those points can be redeemed for whether it's a Chipotle gift card, whether it's for maybe a visor, whether anything that you want, different apparel that we have, just a way to increase motivation in schools, get the kids excited to go to class, to do well, to exceed their expectations, and just give them an award for doing well. So for doing well.
It feels good when you have those achievements.
Exactly.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
Exactly.
It's dope.
Now, is the app out already?
No, not yet. So right now, I'm currently in the Apple Developer Academy in Detroit, Michigan. I was selected from one out of thousands. It's the only one in the country.
Talk about that process, because I heard that was coming.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a super dope idea.
Yeah.
So tell me what that process was like.
So Apple likes to keep it like very low key, but just to give you a basic synopsis of it, they ask you a few questions, and then you interview. Once you interview, you get into this program. They teach you everything from coding to UX, UI design, product management. You increase your business acumen, increase your marketability. They allow you to get connected with different corporations. So like pretty much job placement programs. Once you're done with class, you work on different things throughout the whole process. It's 10 months long. So through that process, we just learn everything to become pretty much our own corporation, our own enterprise.
So kind of a wraparound piece.
Yep, a whole wraparound piece. So in the first 3 weeks, it was phenomenal. Learned more than I thought I would have learned in the whole program. So I'm excited to know what comes in the next 8 months.
Hey man, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah,
how can we help you? Is there anything you need from us?
Just honestly, just offer words of encouragement. Any connections that you all have, networking opportunities will be great. And then just
might be sitting next to who you did.
Is there an opportunity to invest early in your app?
I'll have to talk to my mentor. Yeah. So
Good answer.
I tried to buy in cheap early.
Try to get in cheap early. I was thinking the same thing.
I was thankful to have my twin brother here. That was a great business partner. I have a mentor in Jason Barnett. He works for Invest Detroit, SVP there. So he's someone that gives great advice. So just working with him, working with my twin, I just feel very optimistic about what can come in the future. So just find a way to make an impact on the youth.
That's amazing.
Okay, keep these separate. That's coming around now.
Okay.
This is
Don't
two
mix them
or
up.
three?
This is 3 coming around.
Okay.
The first we gave you was Def 2.
Okay.
Now this is Def 3.
Yeah, three will blow your mind.
Okay.
So I gave you 2 first, and then Def 3 is coming up, and we're gonna get to this. So just you need another
question
one
for you on the app. So
Yes,
do you
sir.
have a leaderboard or something like that? So you turn not only you're competing with yourself, but competing with other people.
All right, literally.
I know
You
another
already
bottle.
said
Hand me
ahead.
that
So
that's fine.
what we want to do is like gamify the student experience from every aspect. And I don't want to get too much away, but whether it's from like you competing against your classmates, you competing against someone that's in another state, or you can go as far as athletics. Let's say you want to do like a fantasy team or something like that. You and your friends that go to different schools against someone else. It can go all different ways. So yeah, that's something that we've been thinking about. It's been in the works. We did Tech Town in 2019. We won second place there during that year. COVID really took us a little off guard. Yeah. So and I graduated college that year. So now with the Developer Academy and obviously trying to get through that, I want to be able to make my app by the time I'm
How
done.
does somebody reach you? How do they get to learn about your app? So what's the process?
So pretty much you can just reach out to me via email, KovonH, KOVONEH@gmail.com.
One more time, a little slower. A little slower.
That was fast.
KOVONEH@gmail.com.
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
There you
so-
go. And now for the third time's a charm. One more time.
KOVONEH@gmail.com.
Hey, well, brother, we want to thank you for coming. That is.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for the opportunity.
I don't even know you, and I'm proud, man. Like,
Thank you, man. Thank you.
To have people
Thank
like
you, sir.
this
Appreciate you.
in our circle
Oh, is that where we start? Which one we on?
This is what
First
Brewz
one?
Brothaz is about, man. It's, we had a conversation a couple of weeks ago with an entity, and we were kind of describing what we do, and it's hard to put into words. We do a little bit of everything, and kind of outward facing, people just see us drinking beer. But what we also do, man, we love to support and encourage stories like yours, man. People out here doing big things who don't necessarily have a platform, or before they get a platform, because your platform is coming.
It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Who's on Brewz Brothaz?
Thank you.
But man, we appreciate your time.
Yeah,
man.
no problem.
And we want first crack at investing too, man. Don't sleep us. You know what I'm saying?
Call him.
You know.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. This sounds amazing too.
Thank
like
you, man.
just
Thank you so
encouraging
much.
students, and that's just absolutely amazing. That's a great project.
Man, we appreciate your time on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, man.
Thank you all.
So hang out for a minute too until the next guest come around, and then rise and fly. But until then, hang on out.
So why don't we go ahead and flip another one of these pull-up cards right quick?
Oh, okay. Hang on, my turn.
Oh, your turn.
You trying, Joe?
I did.
So,
okay.
You ever played spades?
Okay.
Going off Greg's card.
Okay.
So for those who just
Oh wait, did we?
joined
No,
us-
we didn't do yours. This is yours. Hang on, we gotta do Dorian.
So
I tried to
before
jump,
you
too.
start, so for those that just joined us, Dorian is
That partner that you get mad at.
Yeah.
Dorian liable to renege in spades, man.
I just did that.
You take a drink.
Did you ever have a partner that reneged?
Game is created by a black woman-owned and marketed company. So we told her we'll give her some love on here. So far, it's been a hit. Let's see.
Pull up.
Who we pulling up for this?
Shout out to Pull Up. If you drink Four Loko or Mad Dog in college.
Damn.
So,
Oh my God.
Yeah,
we ain't even got to get around. Well, I'm gonna equate Mad Dog to Wild Irish Rose and
all that.
Cisco and all that. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
that's raw right there. That's raw.
Although we can't do that today, man. My stomach can't handle that stuff. I can't do it. I'll be messed up.
I drank.
I drank. Yeah, pull your card, Greg.
All right, let's see what we got.
We all had to drink on that, man. You done drank some Manischewitz.
Not me.
So,
I didn't start drinking until I was done with college, man. I know.
oh man.
What was you doing?
Well, I'm catching up now. I'm catching up now.
Hang on, my neck hurts from snapping over. Like, wait, what?
What's your card, Greg? Let's check it out.
Say after college. I started drinking.
Oh,
when I
this
was
is
21.
we're not answering this.
Okay.
All right. Who was your most memorable college hookup?
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna drink. My wife is gonna watch this show. I am gonna put
My
this
wife
word in
was
my
my
lips.
most memorable hookup in my life.
Mine too.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm gonna just
Yes.
Hey, babe.
Technically, that was during my college years. So my wife, 100%.
Hey, man.
Man, don't over-explain it. You left it fine.
Yeah.
Say get in, get out.
This game getting a little too, we're going to try one more, man, and we're going to have to move
I
on.
got problems. I didn't meet my wife till I was out of college. So I can actually answer this.
No, you don't want to answer. You don't want. That's the trap. This is a
Why
trap.
do you remember her?
This is a cage. Don't put yourself in it. Don't put it. No.
So am I getting marital advice right now? Is that what I'm getting right? Is that
You know what? This card is a good segue
Yeah.
because mine says take turns singing a different hook from different college hits.
Okay.
And the first thing that came to mind is Loose Ends was a big album. Zagora was very popular and big. And now I wasn't gonna say that one, but I was just gonna say Slow Down, because you can't take the heat with this game. So that would be mine. Slow down, because you can't take the heat. Slow down.
I'm gonna go with
Man, they let anybody in this joint.
Security,
man. Okay.
That was my my freshman year in college, Brooklyn Zoo,
Good morning, y'all.
ODB dropped that album. What up, though?
Cheers. Come on around, man.
What's going on,
We
man?
would say, hey, Dad, you ever play spades in college?
No, we rise and fly.
It's
dog.
rise and fly, man.
Come on in.
It's rise and fly. You get a chance to get a Boston ran on you.
There you go. Here.
Further in. How about
We
that?
can share a mic.
We
can fit more. We can fit more.
Superstar in the building. Yeah.
Man, everybody got
Come
this.
on, man.
I ain't scared.
Dave, were they scared of
use the
you?
same mic.
I ain't scared.
We can use the
I
same
got
mic.
Mike.
I'm just worried.
Is that all? That's all you
Is that all you do?
Did you come in here smelling like weed? Made everybody move? You know what I'm saying?
I'm good now.
Everybody wants
Grab Jeff. I gotta do shirts off that green shirt over there.
What's going on, Dave?
Oh, just coming by and see how Depth Day is going.
Hey, man, introduce yourself, like, with your new shit. Like,
My name's
Who are you, man?
Yeah.
I am the Director of Sales and Marketing for Pleasant Trees.
Pleasant
Cheers.
trees. Is that like the trees?
Yes, it's like the trees.
Tree.
Yeah, it's
Pleasant trees.
yeah,
Okay.
It's actually Emerald Brands. So I now oversee a few different cannabis brands underneath Emerald Brands, which includes Pleasant Trees, Pistol Janes, which will be coming out soon, Highly Casual, which is a THC seltzer,
Okay.
which is coming out soon. I just got to sample it the other day. It's 2 milligram THC seltzer. Makes you feel nice and happy.
Where's that made?
It's made out in Mount Clemens at Gibraltar.
So
Okay.
you are, I pass that spot all the time.
Yeah.
So you are overseeing a conglomerate here.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's
So you're like Conglomerate Dave.
yeah. Now I am.
Magnate Day.
CD.
Yeah, so it's going really well. It's a whole nother realm for me, right? So I'm not from cannabis.
Yeah.
Right? I'm from craft beer for years now, 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
But the dank is the dank, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I
you was about to switch a little
it's
bit.
not like I don't know about weed.
I'm sure you've heard about it over the
You,
years.
you never
Wow, if only I had a bell to ring on that one.
You had no idea what you were
No, I had
into.
no idea. I was going in blind. I had no idea. Never ever partook in
Because
anything.
we might have kids watching this, so that's
It's a really interesting switch because going into it and you see at least visually you see a lot of people like with the cartridges and their pens and stuff like that, but flower is still king.
Yeah.
It's people are still wanting pre-rolled joints. People still want eighths. They want their quarters, eighths mostly. So it's an interesting. Like I'm learning all this stuff as we go. But
you know what's amazing to me is that we can sit here and talk about eighths and quarters and shit loud in the middle of a public establishment, and nobody's coming to put handcuffs on me.
Because we know people in jail for eighths and quarters.
Oh, yeah.
This is Michigan now.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it's we think about that too, and this is part of the reason why I wanted to go to the Emerald Partnership is because if you look at the mission statement that's on the Pleasant Trees website, they have 4 pillars, and for me coming from here, you guys know how I feel about equity, equality, inclusion, and all that, and that's those are part of their 4 pillars.
That's awesome.
As well as community.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, this is, in that sense, is as much work as we did here.
Yeah.
It's even a step above that. So it's impressive to see what the work that they're putting in there and what they're doing for communities and stuff like that. So it's
Nice.
It's huge.
And the dimension to the family, man. We might see some Brewz Brothaz posts, man.
And I got to throw this shout out to today. I mean, because I had the question asked me earlier, and it was, hey, are you guys working more with Brew Detroit now that Dave is gone versus when Dave was here? And I said, no. Let me be clear. Everything that we're doing now with Brew Detroit is a continuation of what was established under Dave. From Def Day was already on the books while Dave was with Brew Detroit. There's 2 weeks from now, we've got a tasting. We hadn't announced it yet, but we'll announce it now that Dave is here. We've got a tasting with Brew Detroit and Chef Max Hardy. If you guys don't know Chef Max Hardy, look him up, Google him. He won the best chicken wings in Michigan, and he won the burger competition down at Eastern Market, and so he's pairing up some brews with Brew Detroit at a tasting, at a social club in Detroit so that we can encourage more folks out of the community who aren't used to drinking craft brews, introduce them to the industry in a very dynamic way. And Dave was very instrumental in making sure that Brew Detroit not only participated, but brought some of that fire.
Yeah, exactly.
And to put the pressure on whoever comes next, to make sure that they bring the fire and not just a regular old run-of-the-mill standard offering.
And what did we say when you guys approached me on that? And you were like, we want Brew Detroit to be one of the first ones to do this. I was like, well, we got to set the stage for what
That's it.
breweries who are going to do the next ones. What's going to be expected. That way I want to blow this spot up and like, hey, anytime we do this, you can expect rare stuff. You can expect, new release type stuff.
So publicly, I wanted to acknowledge Dave's commitment to that. And
Are we still, we're not talking about the other thing yet?
What other thing? Yeah, we kind of hypothetically we talked about. We hypothetically talked about if we were to have a festival, what would people look for in a festival? And so we're hypothetically talking about.
If we had a festival with participants.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we were putting something together,
and Greg said not only would they participate,
just if, right? Not really in the works.
Hypothetically,
hypothetically,
if there was such a thing called Brewz Brothaz Beer Fest. Wait. Let's go Detroit to the Brewz Brothaz Beer Festival. Man, that's got a nice little ring to it.
If something like that was in the works,
right?
Hypothetically,
if that was to happen, I would definitely go to that.
I'll be there. Hands down.
I'll sleep there.
Yeah. I'd make a beer with you to put on display there. At least one.
If that were hypothetically to happen.
Yeah.
So Dave, I always feel like I need to say this, man, whenever we see you. I so much appreciate the relationship we have with Brew Detroit.
Yeah.
You've been family from day one. And I whatever we can do, to support you in your new role, like I said, if we need to introduce the Brewz Brothaz, I know there's a few of us who partake in that as well.
I should have brought samples.
You didn't?
That was my next question.
You must usually have that in your bag at all times.
No, I'm like 2 weeks in, so they're trying to figure out if I just got in there. Asking that question, like, hey, how do we go? Where do I get the samples?
Hey,
wait a minute.
When I get my discount? How do I get
For the samples? No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey,
more than likely.
Partially.
Thank you,
man.
Partially.
Like I said, we always family, man.
Oh, yeah.
Anything you ever need from us, man, do not hesitate.
Cheers.
Salud.
And Dave, I've got to say, too, salute, is that our relationship that we established to you, Kevin has been phenomenal in the continuation. Everyone else has been, Zena is the GM down. I mean, so everybody's been phenomenal in the continuation, and we look forward to growing on what you helped build. And like Harry mentioned, Pleasant Trees. We know we've got some Trees brothers that are waiting to get their post up and see what's next.
Talk about the line a little bit. So what does Pleasant Trees offer? The conglomerate, does it cover everything like edibles? Pre-rolls?
No edibles. No. It's cartridges. We have disposables. We have pre-rolls, and then we have Ace of like loose flower.
Okay.
For anybody who wants to pack a bowl or a bong instead of smoke a joint or whatever.
Okay.
But
can you say joint without it being censored?
I don't. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just asking.
It's on our menu online, so yeah.
He's white. You don't have to worry about doing it.
Well, it is true, Ding, ding, ding. No lies detected.
Can't say that's wrong. Not at all. Shit.
No lies detected on that one.
I haven't tasted it yet out of the barrel. Did you guys try the gin?
Oh, did we?
So good.
Hey, we should name that beer Sour Harry because he loves it.
He actually liked it.
I gotta say, I tasted it, and I immediately was like, yeah, I'm fucking with this.
Did they name it, or is it just gin barrel aged sour?
It's just gin barrel aged sour. Now for what I know.
So I had the name for it, and it was like right when I was leaving too.
Sour Harry?
No, well that was like backup plan.
Okay.
No, it was. I was going to call it Agent of Fate partially because I heard it in a song from an artist named Amigo the Devil, and it's a song about if Jeffrey Dahmer went to Hollywood. And he says that.
Well, he's in Hollywood now. Well, he's at Netflix
I'm the
anyway.
Agent of Fate, right? Yeah, he said in the song. It says, "I'm your agent that decides your fate." And to go a little bit further, he liked gin. So I was like, "Let's tie this all in." And then they just released the Dahmer series on Netflix. I was like, "This is perfect timing. Let's do this." And I don't think they ended up naming it, but
Well, whatever they name it, it's good.
Yeah.
Did you think of that after some pleasantries, Dave?
Maybe.
Were you indulging?
I may have been in that office. Yeah.
So, Dig, hey, man, we appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, of course.
I want to talk to Greg about this Fest Beer Oktoberfest Marzen hybrid here. I feel like talking about hybrids, right?
Yeah.
Is a good segue.
Yeah.
Man, so tell me about this, because you said to me, I'm going to pour you this Oktoberfest Fest beer. Tell me what you think.
Yeah. So
What I think is it's phenomenal.
okay.
I need to know what I'm tasting.
So yeah. So most fest beers, and Dave, let me get you a cup so you're not
Hey, why not?
not
When
out
in
of
Rome.
We got to get to this deaf conversation too.
You got to get to
Thanks,
the
sir.
Oh man.
Kevin is ready.
Wait, what, you guys haven't done depth yet?
No.
We-
Wait on Kevin.
So
Get your ass up here.
So I've always been a huge fan of fest beers, and here, I'll pass it over. There you go. But I really enjoy Marzen as well. But I was like, man, what would it taste
Does your
like if
wife
I,
know?
right? what would it taste like if we decided to kind of combine those, right? So our fest beer is kind of a play on a normal fest beer in that. It has a little bit more malty character than you would normally get from a fest beer. Fest beers tend to taste a little more bready, a little more light, crisp, clean. They're designed to be a little bit lower ABV. This one's 6.3. So it's actually higher than our Marzen.
You guys are not holding back the ABVs.
No,
I like that.
So
we
that's,
should.
is that what's getting me?
Oh
the higher
yeah,
ABV?
oh yeah,
Is that what's
yeah. That's what makes it more fun.
Yeah, it does. Every time.
So you'll notice right out of the gate that the color is a little bit more amber, right? Not quite as
Because
blonde
the
as
color
you're.
is almost a hybrid
Yeah.
between with
Yep.
an Oktoberfest Marzen and a fest beer.
Absolutely. So you still get those cracker bread flavors that you enjoy from a typical fest, but you also get some of that play on the malty characters you get from like a Marzen. So it's really enjoyable. Finishes out real light, and I'm going to give you the secret, but this is where it ends.
You give them the secret.
This is where it ends.
You're not gonna have to kill
It's
us
where it
if you
ends.
tell us, right? I wanna go home.
We didn't have time to lager it, so it's a Quebec
Okay.
yeast strain. But yes, it is. It turned out almost, if not exactly, where I wanted it to be.
I
So,
could sit like in a single sitting.
Oh, yeah.
4-pack of this.
absolutely. So I don't
Yeah, you
normally.
can sit and drink a 4-pack of
I'll
almost
tap
anything.
six
That's-
stills.
Wait, not almost. He does, right? Like he does. Y'all just saying.
happening here?
So I'll tap six stills all day at my house,
Wrong, Eric.
right?
No lie detected there.
But this one I said no. Let me take a quarter barrel home on this one. So this one I got a bigger one at home. So my wife loves this beer. It drinks real easy.
It does.
Yeah. It's definitely fun. So
It is fun.
yeah.
Hey, I want to throw something in right quick. We're gonna round up. So, the University of Michigan with 418 yards on the ground today.
I told you the big ugly was gonna make the difference.
Yeah, hit that.
The big
Hit
ugly.
that. Almost hit 420.
Just right there.
Yep.
Right there. So is this on tap right now?
It is on tap right now as it lasts. We only have one keg on, and it's on right now. So once that's gone, it's gone. But our Oktoberfest is on tap, and it is still in cans. So you can get the Oktoberfest all day, which tastes amazing. If you like this, you'll like that. A little more malty and delicious. But yeah, we've got a lot of cans right now. Actually, there's more cans in front of us too.
There's your
We-
4-pack, Eric.
I did bring some fun stuff. So we did a Captain Blood Orange Hoptastic Voyage A and B. that's also available
Can we get
in
2
cans.
seconds from you guys, just to what's up?
Yeah.
So, Jeff Smith.
Jeff's
from
coming in.
Loaded Dice.
Yeah.
So, when I found out that Loaded Dice was opening up, I shot Jeff a Facebook message like, yo, I want to have you on the podcast, blah, blah, blah. And then COVID hit.
Welcome to the club.
And so on and so forth. But now, here we are again, finally in the same space at the same time. Jeff Smith,
I've been known to bust on the
Loaded Dice. Talk to us, man.
Well, hit a rap then. Don't be
I
shy.
gotta make sure that the visuals look all right.
You look great.
right.
Never look better.
Hey,
He's never looked better.
First off, tell us something sweet.
now you put me on the spot.
Talk to us about Loaded Dice, man.
All right, so Loaded Dice, we're located in Troy, Michigan. We really focus on making fun beer, going back like to the homebrew days. I mean, that's what we want to bring to the table. That's all I got. I'm a horrible pitch man.
Hey, you got one of our buddies out there, Mark Vessel, right?
Yeah, Vessel, baby.
How'd you pull that off, man?
He's okay. He's a machine. I don't know how I got him.
He's amazing. Mark is amazing.
The sun shines on the dog's ass every now and then, right?
Damn right. I mean, there's a few people in this industry that like I leaned on heavily when I opened because again, like I was just a home brewer brewing in my garage. I didn't know how to brew to scale. Is that a whole pitcher of depth?
No, we did that
just
already.
killed that already. That's a little depth there. Yeah, you're at the wrong table. Jeff. You got to be coming over here with us. You know.
This ain't the rookie table.
Yeah.
This is why.
If you're scared, you need to leave this table right now. You know?
Anyway, so like Mark and I have been friends since I opened. I mean, he was one of the first people from the industry that came in, kind of gave me like a pat on the back saying I was doing things okay, which meant a lot. I mean,
by okay, you mean amazing, because you guys have been making great beers over there. No, get out of here. Amazing.
Why is he still here?
I'm a huge fan. I'm so excited he's on right now.
He did be able to hang out the whole time.
Oh man, I did. Yeah.
Anyway, so I've been trying to pull Mark. Well, I don't want to say anything bad about the other breweries, but I've been throwing it out there for a long time, and he finally, it's no secret, he's trying to open up his own place. I am apparently the brewery that lets people kind of transition into opening, because I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Jameson. He's opening up Third Life up in Manistee.
Okay.
All the permits passed. Yeah,
good deal.
Brewed some beers. With
I wasn't good enough to be in the top 5 of the collabs, so we're going to weigh on that collab, make sure it's a little bit more special.
But that's all right. I mean, to actually be a spot to where you're secure enough to say, hey, come with me while you're ready to open up your own and do your own, and I'm happy to help you get out there and start your own. I mean, not a lot of brewers would take that role.
Right.
Well, I mean, honestly, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing most of the time.
Okay.
Like, I'm surprised I'm able to produce beer. To get someone of the quality of a Jameson and a Mark to come into my brewery and brew for me and brew the beers that I want them to brew, it's been amazing. Like, I have no problem with that. I mean, one of my, I guess, ethos, again, I'm using damn air quotes, has been like, I want to be the place where it's just good vibes, and to create the good vibes amongst the industry people, among other brewers. I mean, that means more to me than, having like, oh, we're doing the trade-off.
Are we doing?
Yeah, Racer Del Rey.
Yeah, we just passed it. We just got some stuff going
on. All right. Hey, Dave. Oh, hi. You're no longer branded in Brew Detroit stuff. I barely recognize you. It's humbling the fact that I've had these brewers pass through, and I have no problem doing it and being that place. Like, it's great. I mean, it shows the fact that, like, maybe I have a little bit of brain power, that I know what I'm doing, and it's a little bit of confidence builder on my end. But if that's what I am, I'm fine with it.
So listen,
So Black Ops boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brewz Brothaz come to loaded dice and fuck your shit up and record and all of that. Can we do that?
Yeah, I thought we talked about this.
We did. Right. I wanted to formally reinstate the
It's on a podcast now, so it's official.
It's official.
Right. It's on wax now.
Yeah.
You can't go back now.
It's been waxed on.
So we'll match some dates together.
Yeah.
And see what works for everybody, man. Because I have been.
Oh, that's good.
It's been on my map to get out there.
I've been out there, man.
Just the other side of the
I went out there low key, undercover.
Yeah, you went out there.
First of all, you don't do anything low key.
I did. Had my glasses on, man. Like, I tried to blend in. I don't know how well it worked, but I tried.
You haven't blended in since we was 10 years old.
So we got a bit of an all-star cast in. I definitely want to talk to my brother here from Batch. What's going on, man?
Good to see you. It's been a minute.
Hey, it's been a minute. It's great to see you as well. What's happening at Batch, man? Any of that German chocolate bread pudding back ready to roll
It
yet?
is actually on right now.
Really?
I don't want to. Hang on. I'll see you guys later.
Did you see how we all? Okay.
Just said it right. It's coming off Oktoberfest, so that kind of coincides with that German
Okay.
chocolate.
Yeah, man. I need it with my depth. So
actually, that's right. That was
the depth.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
The first
The first one. Yeah, that was it.
That
was it. That was it. Yeah. Oscura coming around. Come on, Jeff.
Yeah,
you're at the big boys table, Jeff.
Yeah, we can do that.
Y'all try to make me miss my flight tomorrow.
Czech Pilsner on this week.
Okay,
we're getting into stout season. We got a bunch of stuff coming. Things are good.
Hey, I got a question for Stephen, both you and Jeff. Hypothetically, I hear there's conversation about potentially a Brewz Brothaz festival coming up.
Yeah, man.
That's a two?
Also, that about a couple of years since COVID got
Hypothetically, it says hypothetically, if something like that were to happen, we just want to make sure that we got involvement and participation from you guys. And hypothetically, we got a lot of work to do. And
is he gonna be there? Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
No, I'm out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just lucky. I'm happy to be in the conversation. That's all it's about.
So, but hypothetically, there's a lot going on with that.
Yeah.
And there's some steps and stages and things that are hypothetically being looked at to.
Let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys registered as a 501 or anything?
Hypothetically, that's taken care of.
All right.
Hypothetically, that part is done. So hypothetically, we'll to the next step. Yeah.
Now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
Hypothetically,
Now that you brought it up.
Now that you brought it, since you started it.
Man,
so yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Just so you guys know, like 12 hours ago, I was in the Caribbean drunk.
Nice.
So,
those photos were great, by the way. Those photos were great.
You got to keep it going, man.
Was that an excuse I just said?
You should see in a Speedo. Amazing.
Speedo.
It's amazing. Yeah, you should see him in a Speedo. Just saying.
So
that's what lives in my mind.
I got a funny story on this one.
I think about that banana hammock.
So how quick can I get that bread pudding over here? If I ordered it now, like would they get on the moped?
I imagine we can facilitate something.
Oh, okay.
That would be good if they had mopeds to drive over.
It would. How many do we need?
Look, I don't know about anybody else.
I said I need.
You can wait. I'm leaving tomorrow, so I get the first one.
I need one.
He's like, you
gotta respect the guests, man.
Hey, that leaving tomorrow don't mean nothing. You know.
So you gonna buy me off? Is that what you're trying to do?
That first one.
Great, you got new cans?
We did some fun labels. Yeah. We we couldn't get approved in time, so we did address labels on top of the blank labels. But so MLCC is real cute. So we cute's a good word.
They put their makeup on.
Yeah. So normally we get approved in like I don't know hours. Days,
I hear baby.
When you say
cute. That's what I hear. I hear wives talking about babies and stuff. You start using words like cute.
So it took them 3 weeks, and we finally contacted them, and then they gave us an email address to email that our labels
Wait,
and.
It took 3 weeks to get an email address?
Well, it took 3 weeks before we said, like, okay, something's an issue at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, we called them, and they were like, yeah, you need to just email this email address, and then we'll figure it out. And within 30 minutes, all of our labels and collars got approved, which was really fun.
Oh, that's cool.
So, but we had, like, 20 waiting. So, and now that we're our own distributor, things have changed a little bit. So we got our distribution rights back. So we're starting to get in some key locations. So, yeah.
That is. Now, hey, I hear that Kevin will be coming up momentarily to discuss Def. We've all been sipping on a little bit. Mm-hmm. Def 2 and 3 wanted to kind of wait to get him to talk about it a bit, but until he gets here.
Joke,
can I talk about it now?
No, well, I want to go a little bit more in depth into Brewz Brothaz before we talk about Def itself.
Okay.
But that's all right.
Okay.
I mean, and in depth because we got another. We got another guest that's on at the table who we really haven't talked to, but he's the guest that's very responsible for me probably coming and getting a palate the way that I've been known to have. Yes. And that, man,
this is my fault.
Man, when I started, when I was introduced,
you try to blame your mess on me. Is that
when I was introduced to single malt Scotch, it just changed my world in all drinking. Period.
Yeah.
From big because with single malt Scotch came the Belgian beers, and this was before craft beer.
Yeah.
Chimay was just awesome.
Yeah.
$28 a bottle back in 1995.
That was a lot of money.
Man, I wish I could have. I couldn't afford to drink it like I
didn't have kids or a wife at the time, so I could afford it.
Yeah, and so anyway,
now, right?
so
after
college, a lot of things changed.
My so-called friend comes home from overseas. I had to say so-called.
No, I'm so-called
because now he brings this stuff called single malt Scotch home. James, pick up the story.
Why didn't just bring a single malt Scotch home? So. When I was playing ball in Europe, and I started to fall in love with these single malts. I was introduced by a Russian coach that I had. I had never drank. I had the best brown liquor I ever had was some E&J, some Merkin Jerk.
That's Southern Comfort. That's what we do.
Some Southern Comfort. And he introduced us, the team, to single malts. And one time we were playing in Ireland. And we played in Ireland, and we went over to Scotland, and we just started drinking and stuff. I was like, oh my God. So I'm coming home, and I'm flying through Heathrow, and I'm walking by the duty-free shop, and I see this Macallan 25 Grand Reserve.
That's a hell of a way to start.
That was his introduction. That was his introduction. Yeah. Now keep in mind,
where's that bookshelf roller?
Keep in mind, this is like 1991, so that bottle was maybe $275. Now you're talking about a couple of I was playing ball. And I didn't think much of it. I just said, oh man, I gotta have that. So I brought that back. He meets me at my mom's house, and it came in this nice wood case, gold handles. It was just gorgeous. And we opened it up, and he's like, "What the hell is that?" I said, "That's a single malt. It's gonna change your life."
E&J, I've never seen.
It's gonna change your life.
I had before.
So we cracked the bottle. And it's a space side, right? So it's got those fruity notes, a little bit of vanilla, and he's like,
that reels you in.
It just reels you in. Space size reels you in. Like you start somebody on an island, you lost them. You can't do that. Like most people can't handle the peak.
Yeah.
So you got to start them there. So now though. But I bet if you started like that might be hard to handle. So we started with the space size. So his first was Macallan 25 grams. So his palate was already screwed up. So he's already in.
Really, you destroyed his bank account.
Yeah, so I destroyed his bank account, right?
Now, ring the bell for that.
He was waiting for me to come home the next time, right? Ring the bell. So then the next time I came back, I had a Dalvini 21. So I moved it from the space side into the Highlands, right? Yeah. And then he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just trying to introduce you to something that I've learned when I actually got some money. I got some ends, had little ends." And he was like, "Oh my God!" So now he's taking it to a whole nother level. So he's passed me. Like I collect, but he's like ridiculous right now.
Okay, I've seen some of your bottles, dog. Is he past you?
Well, I don't have as many bottles.
In volume,
he's passed me in volume. Now I'm just looking for really good stuff. Like during the pandemic, he knows the story. I drove 4.5 hours to Atlanta just to pick up a Pappy, and then drove back home. My wife thought I was crazy, but I had to 2 o'clock to pick it up. Otherwise, it was gone.
What else did you have to do?
Yeah, you got to do that. I had nothing else to do.
Pandemic, right?
I On my time,
I got that good. And then I picked up a 10 while I was there too. He had one of those, so I got that too.
Nice.
So it's nice. So that was
the
my
23 is what he got, right?
Yeah, the 23 was great.
You got the rip at the same time?
I got the rip as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the rip as well.
Nice.
And I picked up the Kentucky Owl confiscated.
Oh, okay.
So I had like 3 nice bottles. I was like, okay, this is a good haul. This is a good haul for one day.
Yeah.
We could be best friends.
I got rip and B, but I don't have any back to any.
I will say this though.
He's trying to load the dice up.
So then we went down the Space Side and Highland route, and then I introduced him to Lagavulin a little bit. So we started going down that route, and I was surprised he liked it. I was expecting him to kind of stay on the sweet, kind of softer side, but he kind of went with that. So now, a few years back when he was down for Thanksgiving, I opened up the Macallan Rare Cask, and he lost his mind. And I don't know. And then he just hasn't slowed down since. I don't know what to do with him. I can't talk to him.
Well,
Smoke Pete.
He's in everything.
I did reward him.
I jumped head first in the islands.
Oh, you did reward me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did reward him because
he gave me a snow angel.
I ran across a snow phoenix.
Snow phoenix. I'm sorry. Did I say snow angel? Snow phoenix. I was thinking about my wife. I call her snow angel.
And when I gave him the snow phoenix,
and that's her call.
One time he was like,
she heard her name. She said, hey, babe, I had to call you back. I'm on the Brewz Brothaz.
No, we're right here.
I'll call you back.
You don't need to call back.
She's like, okay, hang up. She said, they drinking, hang up. They drinking right now.
And for those who don't know the Snow Phoenix, it's definitely worth Googling the story.
It is amazing.
No. Yeah.
Well, when he got it to me, the price was actually reasonable. Now it's ridiculous. Well, first of all, I have a question.
Yeah.
First of all, y'all know about the brews. I love them, but I'm not as knowledgeable. But the bourbon game got effed up.
Yeah, it did.
Because I used to get that stuff. I could get anything on any shelf at a reasonable price, whatever I wanted it.
Yeah.
Where did all these damn brown liquor people show
up?
Because where they come from?
No.
I send them back. Can you send them back? Can you send them back to vodka and gin or whatever?
Well, and the problem is they're not even drinking it right. They're out there drinking in ice cubes. They're drinking it with mixing it. They're like, oh, this tastes great with tequila mixed together. Like, what? No.
I'm sure Kevin is wrapped up, so we got to get into this depth.
Yeah, this depth, man.
Just a couple of minutes before we cut y'all loose.
I don't know which is better, Depth 2 or 3.
3.
I mean,
well,
hands down.
I just finished the 2.
Hands down.
This 2 is
the 2 was awesome. So I'm getting into the 3.
I just had it for me now. I've had previously, but I think this. We were saying this, on your podcast.
I thought right.
It's really balanced. Got great chocolate. It's got
I'm in it now.
It's great barrel character, but it's balanced.
3 is amazing.
Right? It's got body, but it's not like syrupy and cloudy. I think it's a real drinkable beer.
You know what?
I'm really excited. I got a bottle this way.
On this.
Yeah,
because that means I can get more bottles. I'm always gonna buy it.
Yeah.
This is nice, man.
I
thought the 2 was good, but this is excellent.
This is as well done a barrel-aged stout as anybody is making.
Reminds me of what got me into barrel-aged stouts. Yeah. When I think about like the early Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
When I think about the earlier
the people who don't drink no more,
like the early stuff before
Plead the Fifth,
the other flavors layered on top of the barrel character.
Before it was popular.
Yeah, I mean I dig a good pastry stout,
absolutely.
But what happened up to that was what
got us there.
Excited about the style, and this
that's what this is. Yeah, I'm with you. So we're at Depth Day.
They've done a great job. We're excited to be here
for a while. If you're in the area, come through. We've actually eclipsed our time.
We have, and now we've got real quick. Look for our posts on Brewz Brothaz. We'll be broadcasting next week from Maniacal Mead.
Maniacal Mead is
amazing stuff there. Yeah.
So we'll be there next week, and 2 weeks after that, we'll be at Birds with a Y Social Club, where we'll be having a Brew Detroit and Chef Max Hardy pairing. That will be phenomenal. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Chef Max Hardy, he's one of the best chicken wings in the state. He won the burger cookout. He's got a spot down at the shipping container. So we're very excited about his pairing with Brew Detroit, bringing some barrel-aged stuff, barrel-aged and bourbon barrel-aged.
I have a question on the chicken wings. You know I live in Tennessee. I live in Nashville now. So does he do a hot chicken? He's got a hot wing version.
I would imagine he does.
Just visiting up here right now.
I'm visiting up here right now.
You got some hot chicken.
That hot chicken, bro.
I do a smoked fried. I do a smoked hot chicken.
So I'm coming to your house tonight?
Yeah. Come on over.
I'm at your house tonight.
So, anyway, we got those things coming up. Look for those on the site.
Yeah.
Steven, always a pleasure having you on.
Man,
Thanks for dropping by.
We appreciate
you know, and we're going to get with security, though, because we still don't know how they let guys in without double checking. You know, anybody gets in this joint, you know what I'm saying? Just walk on up. And look, and the guy next to you with Jeff, you know, he's trying to steal my best friend and all that. So, you know, we got to keep an eye on him, you know. And look. He's like, bourbon? You know,
Yeah.
Now, connected. You trying to build the bond.
You brought it together. You can take credit. Oh, yes.
All the time. Our guests from Black
All the time.
Draft Horse.
We got a new app coming out. Don't forget that. So we've had a great show.
A phenomenal Brewz Brothaz Day.
It's been amazing.
For the culture.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut it off
Pull
with
up.
film. Pull up. Yeah, thank you for Liz, you got something on your hands here with this pull up.
We like this.
We're gonna keep drinking. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thanks
Michigan, go blue.
Go blue. Yeah, we got the game today.
Hey, what's the FAMU Grambling score, man?
Now, hey, I live in Tennessee now, so go Tennessee. Wait. Listen, I'm all blue, but anytime I root for anybody playing against Alabama and Ohio State.
I
turn his mic off. Alabama and I can't turn
his mic off.
When you play against really good clubs like Ohio State, it's hard to watch them eat your lunch every year.
Yeah. Oh, I know
My
what
daughter is a senior in Ohio
Oh!
State. Buckeye, that's what's up.
No bugs.
here we
No
go.
bugs. First of all, that's child abuse. You let that girl go to Ohio State. That's wrong right there. We have to talk. We have to have a long talk. We have to have a long talk about that
culture. And we'll see you next week. Ohio State. And we see you. Cheers. Out of here. Salud.
the